Professor Dr. S. Gauri is the Director of EMRC of UGC and also Professor in the Department of Manufacturing Engineering, Anna University. He is the recipient of the National Award for Outstanding Academic 2011, honored by the Indian Society of Technical Education, New Delhi in 2012. He has previously been the Registrar of Anna University of Technology, Chennai. He received BE in Mechanical Engineering from Tyagarajar College of Engineering, Madurai, MTech in Production Engineering and PhD in Precision Machining in IIT Madras. He was awarded for his PG work, project work in IIT Madras. His main areas of interest are technical education system development, precision machining, rapid prototyping, FEA, biomedical engineering, medical image analysis, and shape memory alloys. He is a life member of ISTE, AMM, and SME of USA. He has been awarded with fellowships of research work done in surface engineering by NSF USA in 1992 and by NSTB Singapore in 1997 to 1999. He is a visiting faculty in India and abroad in many colleges and universities, including Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, Technical University, Weingarten, Stuttgart, Germany, and taught nanotechnology. He has traveled many countries, including Germany, UK, USA, Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, Switzerland, Malaysia, Brunei, and Australia for his academic works. In addition, he got international travel fellowships from UGC, AICTE, CSIR, and DST. He has successfully completed several projects in India and abroad. He has offered technical consultations in India and abroad to MNCs such as Sony of Japan, Pratt & Whitney of USA, GE of Singapore, iGel of Australia, and also to Railways Coach Factory, Chennai. He was a member of the Technical Expert Committee selected by DST to participate in the Indo-UK Manufacturing Engineering Colloquium held in January 2012. He headed the International Joint Project on Virtual Laboratories on Mechatronics, a real-time web-based project with partners from Julius Maximilian University, Würzburg, Germany, and the University of Madrid, Spain in 2005. He is holding an international patent for the work done in micromachining during his tenure in Singapore. He is a member and director of several Tamil Nadu government advisory boards.
In this lecture, we will learn about concept of dominance and maximizing and minimizing players and the application of game theory in production, marketing, political elections, and etc. Wherever there is a competition and you need to make a decision, apply game theory.
Good morning. In continuation of the last class introduction about the game theory, let us go further into the theory of games or game theory and what are the concepts and what are its applications. As we discussed, this is a two-person zero-sum game. That means only two players are there and the players may be two single or two individuals, or it may be two parties, or it may be two groups or two agencies or two companies, like that. Example, this is an advertising, a firm A, firm B, maybe who are producing similar components, similar products. So, this may be Colgate, this may be the Pepsodent or some soaps, no, you have this is cosmetics who are producing Pond's and Lakme, like that. And if firm A make advertisement, if firm B also makes advertisement, firm A will get 4 times impact in the advertisement, audience impact, whereas firm B advertises, it will get only 3. If firm A advertises and if firm B does not advertise, it will get 1, whereas A will get 5 excess. Similarly, firm A does not advertise and firm B advertises, it will get B will get 5, whereas A will get only 2. And both of them do not advertise, A will get 3 and B will get 2. So, from the matrix, one observation is the firm A has a strong market, maybe the product quality or maybe the customers are convinced or happy with the product, but still it wants to advertise. But here what type of advertisement is not given. In some problems for advertisement they take different channels, maybe newspaper, maybe radio, maybe television or maybe movies like that. So, at that time those can be treated as a strategies. Now, how can this be put in a mathematical form? These are the factors. So, this should be written as a payoff to A. The player A represents the row, always a payoff as a standard procedure, it should be written as a payoff for A. So, what will be the payoff for A compared with B? If A advertises and B advertises, A gets 4, B gets 3, but what excess he will get? 1. So, the payoff is 1. So, when you want to solve the problem in the place here, you should put 1. And when A advertises and B does not advertise, what is the excess he will get? That is a benefit, that is 4. Similarly, here it is minus 3 and here it is 1. So, with that as a matrix value, you should start the problem. Otherwise, with the brackets if you put like that, you cannot end up any addition or subtraction, mathematical calculations cannot be possible, only logical argument can be possible. Okay. This is how it can be transformed into a payoff matrix for applying the method of solution or method of solving the problems, we can go further. What is the optimal strategy of for firm A if firm chooses to advertise? This is the one 4, 3 and 2, 5, and here also they are logically considered. Of course, the dominant strategy for firm A is to advertise and B does not advertise. Now, let us put on a proper mathematical form of the discussion what we made. Firm A and firm B advertises, this is advertisement, this is no advertisement, what is here? What is if both of them advertises, what A gets? 1. If A advertises, B does not advertise, 4. If A does not advertise, B advertises, minus 3. Here 1. So, this is called A's payoff. A's payoff matrix. In this, first look for pure strategy. How to look for pure strategy is a sort of a mathematical rule can be followed, as well as a logical argument and selection is possible. So, first of all we follow the mathematical rule and later come to verification by the logical statements and arguments. In this, find out the row minimum. Here what is the row minimum? 1. Here which is the row minimum? Minus 3. The next one, find out which is the maximum in each column, maximum in each column. The max in each column is here 1, here 4, clear. Since in this first cell the row minimum and the column maximum coincides, it means there is a pure strategy. If a column maximum and the row minimum coincides at a particular point, that means in the cell 1 1, then there is a pure strategy. Pure strategy means always they select that particular strategy, and this point is called saddle point. Here A will select always advertising as the best strategy, B also will select always advertising is the best strategy, and value of the game is B is equal to 1. Value of the game B is equal to 1. That means, is it a gain to A or gain to B? Gain to A. It is a loss to B. Always they prefer to advertise and it is agreeable that firm A will get 1. Now, we make a question, why should B always agree for losing 1 point? Natural question will appear. Now, we go for logical argument. Now, firm A selects advertisement. Now, B thinks what will be if A selects, what can I do that? If I advertise, I will lose 1. If I do not advertise, 4. And now, you may think firm A, so the firm A thinks if I do not advertise, what will get? I will lose 3 or I will get 1. If I do not advertise, by chance firm A advertises, I will lose 3. There is no guarantee that he will not go for advertisement. So, he will always select advertisement, B also will always select advertisement. So, no other go. So, he has to firm he has to be happy with 1 as a profit, even though there is a guaranteed profit, there is a profit of 4, but there is no guarantee he will get 4. Similarly, B should be happy to give 1, otherwise even though he is having the chance of getting 3, but there is no guarantee that he will be getting that, he will be always again to lose 1. So, he will go for always a B strategy. So, this is with reasons we can argue, find it, but in examination we cannot argue like that. So, a mathematical representation has been made, find out the row minimum and column maximum and find where the column maximum and the row minimum coincides, and that is a saddle point. The value of the game is 1. Now, question is, will there be pure strategies like this in all ways, in all games? Will there be saddle points in all games? No. There is no guarantee that the game will have a pure strategy. The Nash says that there can be pure strategy, there can be mixed strategies also. And if there is a mixed strategy, what should we do that? That means, when there is no saddle point, no mixed strategy. When a column maximum and the row minimum is not coinciding in the whole matrix, no pure strategy, no saddle point. At that time, we have to go for mixed strategies. Clear? Whatever be the plus is a gain to the row player, whatever the minus is a loss to the player. If not mentioned, if it is mentioned, you check whether it is a A's payoff or B's payoff according to the act. Always a row player is a minimizing player. He will try to minimize the maximum loss, and B is a maximum player. He will try to maximize his minimum gain. It is something like that. Okay. So, now this is a case of a pure strategy. Now, we will go into the mixed strategy game. Again 2 players A, player A, player B, first strategy, second, third, fourth. First, second, third, fourth. Here some values 4, 6, 8 and 10, 3, 5, 2, 6, 10, 12. Okay, this is a payoff. Here all the payoff are gain for A. Maybe payoffs have been given like this for just mathematical understanding. Now, this is a 4 into 4 matrix. First, to check whether there is any saddle point. Saddle point, what is the row minimum? 4. Here the row minimum 3. Here the row minimum 2. Row minimum 2 places, you mark both. And what is the column maximum? 7. Column maximum 7. And here column maximum again 7. Column maximum 10. Column maximum column maximum 12. And here this is a case, there are 2 saddle points. The game can have 2 saddle points also. It means the player B can choose either 1 or 2, but player A will always select 4, but the value of the game is 7. So, there are 2 saddle points, but the value of the game is unique, same. Will there be different values? Then there is no saddle point at all, it cannot be like that. And another one, if the value of the game is 0, then that is called fair game. It's a fair game. That means no player gets, no player loses. So, it means it is a fair game. And this problem, when the matrix is more than 2 by 2 matrix, when you want to reduce it, a 2 into 2 matrix, we have to apply for a theorem called concept of dominance. Concept of dominance. By using the concept of dominance, we can reduce the size of the matrix and make it a simpler one for easy computational or arithmetical operations. What is concept of dominance? In case, forget about the saddle point anything. For A, there are 4 strategies. You compare the first and the second strategy for A. If A select the first strategy and B select the first strategy, what will get A? 4. If A select the second strategy, B selects still the first strategy, what? 3. So, which one will A will prefer? 4. Come to the next one, 6 and 5, which one will A prefer? 6. Next come here 8 and 7, 8. Next come here 10 and 9, 10. So, irrespective of the selection of player B, if A is given the 2 strategies, which one you should select? That means, in a row, if all the elements are greater than the corresponding elements in the other row, and the row which is having a higher valued elements, payoffs will be dominating the row which is having smaller payoffs. That means, first row is dominating the second row, or we can say second row is dominated by the first row. Since the second row is inferior to the first row, A will never choose second row, we can reduce it. Now, the matrix has been reduced to 3 into 4 matrix. Like that, you find, is there any other row can dominate any other row? First and first and fourth row. Which row is dominating? Fourth row. So, he will not select first row. Now, it has become a 2 into 4 matrix. And can it be further? Can you combine these two? No, this is 2, 7, 6, 7 small bigger, but whereas it is 10 is larger, 9 is smaller, 12 is larger, 11 is smaller. So, we cannot come to conclusion a third row is dominating fourth row or fourth row is dominating the third row. Forget about this, we have not calculated the pure strategies, I am applying the concept of dominance as it is a fresh matrix. Now, the concept of dominance can be applicable for player B also, but how will player B will think? In the reverse. Here the larger value row is dominating the smaller value. So, he will not select it, but B he will select the smaller value column instead of a larger value column. For example, you select this, now all of gone, no, only these two. If player B thinks, if I select fourth strategy, what I will lose? 12 and 11. If I select 10 and 9, if I select 6 and 7, if I select 2 and 7. So, B has 4 choices, which strategy he can select. Compared to the first column, he can select either the second column or first column, preferably first column. And the next one, compared to the first column and the third column, this is 10, here it is 9. So, he will not select the third column, and compared here he will not select this. Now, only left is this one. So, in this he thinks what he can get is either 2 and 6 and 6 and 7. So, this is 2 is smaller than 6, 7 is equal. So, we can say the first column can be selected by him instead of the second column. So, the second column is dominated by the first column. So, he will always select the first. So, this will be the one. So, preferably he can select either the first, he can select only the first column in the first strategy and he will use the fourth strategy, and this is preferable. So, according to the concept of dominance. So, even though the saddle point gives two different values, the two saddle points, but once you apply the concept of dominance, finally you will come to know that there is one saddle point. But still we can apply that previous solution. That means, A has fourth strategy, B has either first strategy or the second strategy, like that. There is nothing wrong in that. But the best one is, according to the concept of dominance, the solution exists for B is 1 and player A is 4. And the solution can be written as player A, you will select which strategy? 4. Player B, he selects first strategy. This is the one. So, what is the value of the game? 7, like that. You can write the second also, nothing wrong. So, this is a solution what you have to write it, and this is a game of pure strategies only we applied. Now, we will go to the game of mixed strategy. It has become a probabilistic, not deterministic. It is purely a probabilistic model, it is not a deterministic model. Just like, for example, let us start from a 2 into 2 matrix. This is a 2 into 2 matrix. Now, we check for saddle point. Check for saddle point. Please do not start with mixed strategy, check for saddle point. What is the row minimum? What is the row minimum? Column maximum? Column maximum? No saddle point. No saddle point. Yes or no? So, when there is no saddle point, probability appears. That means, A select this first strategy with the probability of P 1 and select the strategy P 2, and similarly he select the strategy with the probability of P 1 and P 2, maybe P 1 A, P 2 A, P 1 B, P 2 B, like this. Now, we have to find out what is the probability of the using. For this, using some the matrix methods like this, a simple one, find out the positive difference of these two, 3 and 4, write as 1, and here 5 minus 2, that is equal to 3, the difference positive only. Similarly, 3 and 5, the difference here 2, and 4, 2, here it is 2. That is called method of oddments. The difference 3 and 5, 2, 4 and 2 here, 3 and 4, 1, 5, 2, 3. 3 plus 1, 4, and the put as a fraction 3 by 4, and this is 1 by 4. Just like 3 times, 1 time, like this, out of 4 times. Here it is 2 by 4, here it is 2 by 4, 2 by 4. That means, this can be written as 1 by 2, 1 by 2, or keep like this. That means, this is a probability 3 by 4 and 1 by 4, and for this B probability is 1 by 2, 1 by 2. What does it mean? Say for example, they play the game for 4 times. When they play the game for 4 times, A has to choose the first strategy 3 times and he has to choose a second strategy for only 1 time. Similarly, B has to select sort of 50-50. If they play the game for 4 times, then 2 times strategy 1 and 2 times strategy 2. When there is no pure strategy exists, they have to play with the probability, and this is a probability of the play. And the solution can be written as A 3 by 4, 1 by 4, B 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Okay, this is a solution. What is the value of the game? What is the value of the game? You multiply with that. See 3 by 4, you multiply with this for any column. 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 into 3 and 1 by 4, the outcome is 5 plus is equal to 9 by 4 plus 5 by 4 equal to 4. So, this is the value of the game 14 by 4. There is no condition that you should multiply this probability with only one column. This can multiply here also. 3 by 4 into 4 plus 1 by 4 into 2. Will you get the same? You are supposed to get 3 by 4 into 4, 12 by 4 plus 1 by 4 into 2, 2 by 4, 12 by 4 plus 2 by 4, 40. It does not mean that you should always multiply for B strategies, you can multiply for this row wise also, just like 1 by 2 into 3, how much? This is equal to 14 by 4 is reduced to 7 by 2, 7 by 2 is the value of the game. Or if you multiply for B strategies, what will you get? 1 by 2, 3 into 1 by 2 plus 4 into 1 by 2, how much? 3 plus 4, 7 by 2, got it. Or you can put the other also, 5 into 1 by 2 plus 2 into 1 by 2, 7 by 2, get it. So, the value of the game is 7 by 2. So, if you are able to bring it to a 2 into 2 matrix, we can apply this rule, augment, method of augments. If it is a 3 into 3 matrix, we can't apply this rule, we have to go for some other technique. Like that, there are number of techniques adopted for pure strategies, I mean mixed strategies. But to select the pure strategy, there is only one technique. Find out whether there is a coincidence of column maximum and row minimum, or that is called maximin value of the game. Maximum of the minimum and the minimum of the maximum coincides, that is the value of the game. If there is no pure strategy, the value of the game will lie in between maximin and minimax value. Okay. Those things we will study next class. Okay.
In game theory, the strategies are represent the form of a table. If the table size is of the order of 2 into 2, it is easy to solve, but if the size is larger than 2 by 2 or 2 into 2, then we should apply some techniques such as algebraic technique or concept of dominance, or graphical technique or simplex technique. The easiest technique is applying the concept of dominance, and you check whether a row or a column can be continuously eliminated by checking whether that is dominated. If so, that can be eliminated until you bring it to the smallest possible size of the matrix, from which you will be able to apply any technique like algebraic, and you can find the solution. At the end of the lecture, let me ask some questions. The question number 1, what do you mean by dominance? Second question, how will the maximizing player choose his best strategy? The last question, how will be the minimizing player choose his or her best strategy? Whether the strategies of the maximizing player and the minimizing player remain same. If not, what will be the best idea or the best solution?